missed anything. I just stayed on board with Lucky Bucky for now. Goes through the field. So in the lead still, Britsberger has now got a it's a blue car. It's coming up to lap someone. Sorry, a blue flag I mean. Just setting up my YouTube thing here, make sure everything's working again. Yep, everything's back. Okay, everyone can hear me? There we go. So hopefully the internet will keep me going for another half an hour. Or another 25 minutes anyway. This is stressful, just worried that your internet's going to keep well, it's not my internet which is going, for some reason it just keeps dropping out the broadcast. Anyway, here we go. Miggins now with half the race gone. There we go. That's the information you wanted. We're now halfway through the race. Miggins is on racing hards. Sorry, Britsberger's on racing. Oh, get it right. Britsberger is on racing hards and in the lead, but he's been caught by Miggins on racing mediums. With half of the race to go. How long will the racing softs last? And obviously Miggins is catching up to Britsberger. Buddy's on racing softs, so he's now pumping in quick lap time to catch up to the boys in front. He's going to get in the podium position at the moment, and he's 6.5 seconds ahead of Cutler. And the Dodge, he's on racing mediums. Cheers, Mikey. YouTube's just up and down. If it does it again, if I drop out again, what I think I'll do is I'll just drop the resolution down, because I think I've got it set to 60 frames per second on the broadcast. I'll drop it down, the resolution down, so it might not look as smooth or something. And maybe it just YouTube just can't cope with me doing it at that. So if it does again, I'll quickly put it up again but change the settings. Anyway, Sean is here in 5th place. We've got that mid-race lull at the moment where everyone's just kind of like cruising around with Seamus. Racing Hards is in 6th place. Phil G, he's gone on to Racing Hards down 7th. Pip is all the way back now into 8th place. So he's on Racing Softs. I mean, look at the gaps of the cars. He's 6 seconds behind Phil and 6 seconds in front of Lucky Bucky. Lucky Bucky's now had his pit stop. In 9th, Puna is back here in 10th, so it's all just settling down. D-Dot is back here in 11th. Marker Park still cruising around at the back. Going to give him some love because he's in an Aston Martin. His lap times are well off though. He's done 2:26. His fastest lap is a 2:24, which is 4 seconds off the pace of the guys in front. I mean, the fastest lap there has been done by Buddy doing a 2:16, but the race pace is generally around about 2:19, 2:20s, something like that. So he's 4.3 seconds behind D-Dot, so he is catching up to D-Dot though. Because D-Dot's got massive injury, massive damage as D-Dot. So obviously binned it somewhere, front of the car, engine, the whole thing. This could take a while to get him fixed. So at least looks like Marker Parker's back up to 11th place. D-Dot's changed his stance to mediums, back now in last place after binning it somewhere on the track. In the meantime though, Britsberger's still out in front. I thought Miggins would have caught him by now. Let's go on board with the BMW driver through Blanchemont, coming up to chicane. Let's put this detail back up. 22 minutes to go, so fatigue has certainly been starting to set in a little bit with the drivers, especially the repetition of these doing the same laps. You can see here Britsberger, look at that, 2:17, 2:18s, very consistent lap times there. So racing hard. He's got 2.6 second lead over Miggins. Keep an eye on that time to see if it starts to come down. I'm surprised it hasn't already, if I'm on, to be honest. There we go. He's on racing mediums as well. Britsberger's on racing hards in first place, and here comes Miggins on racing mediums. I would have thought Britsberger catch him up. So now their lead's gone up to 3.2 seconds. So Britsberg's pulling away. Buddy was on soft tyres. Let's go back to him. It's on half a tank on soft tyres. Here's the gap between him and Miggins is 9 seconds. So keep an eye on that time as well. Give some Aston Martin love there, knocking the bollards over there. Let's pop back up. So I'm looking now to see where the nearest on-track battle is for position, and it looks like it could be this next one here. Sean has got Seamus very close behind. Let's go on board with Seamus. 20 minutes to go now. What tyres is Seamus on? He's on racing hards. He's got a quarter of a tank of petrol. So look at the map there at the top right. All the drivers are properly spread out. Seamus has got someone just behind. That's Phil G just behind. Seamus is holding off Phil at the moment. I'll check to see what tyres Phil's on, because Seamus is on racing hard, so obviously he's not going to be as fast as anyone on mediums or softs. If Seamus getting this gap down, it's 1.8 seconds. 1.7. Let's back up to 1.8. Coming up to Bonchemont. Clips. I was going to say clip, but he went over the apex really there, didn't he? Coming into the chicane. Brakes at about 120 to 110 marker. Gets it wrong sideways. Nice bit of drifting there from the Irishman. Feeds the power on and starts lap 14. Holding station there, 1.7 seconds. So let's quickly go through the field. Britsberger still out in front. His lead's now 3 seconds over Miggins in second place. Buddy's only got that gap down from third to second by 1 second. He's now down to 8 seconds. Cutler's still cruising around in that Dodge. In fourth. Sean is here in fifth. Nice shots of him coming down the Kemmel Straight. Seamus is in sixth place. Phil G looks like he's catching actually. Yeah, just noticed that Phil G is catching. On racing hard tyres, he's catching Seamus in front of him. 2 second gap. Looks to me like there's a whole lot of concertinaing. Look at the lap times there from Phil G. If he only hadn't had that damage, he's done 218s, 220s, which is faster than some of the drivers in front of him. Just through Pujol, coming up to Campus. Down to 1.4 seconds. He's reeling Seamus in. I think Seamus is getting it wrong and smashes into the barrier, and there goes Phil. Past Seamus. Just check to see if Seamus has got any damage. Yes, he's got damage. It's difficult to tell there because of the there we go. Because of the orange of the bonnet, but he's got damage, but he's going to pit anyway. Fortunately for Seamus, he was due to pit this lap anyway, so he's not going to lose too much time. Racing softs there for further pit behind. So I'm pretty sure we're going to watch Seamus come into the pit this lap. not going to cost them too much. Yeah, here he comes. Not going to cost them too much time at all. That's a horrible pit entrance, I have to say. So Seamus from 8th position. Here comes the orange BMW. Plenty of front bumper damage. Bright blue wheels going on. Repair done. Fuel going in. This could be... We've got 16 minutes to go. Not sure, that might not be his last pit stop. I don't think it will be. He might have to do another splash and dash a bit later on. What tyres has he got? He's gone for racing softs. Oh, and that's Lucky Bucky just going past in front. So Seamus comes out now in 10th position. 15 minutes to go. So some of these drivers will now be making their last pit stops. Go back up front with our race leader. Less than a quarter of a tank on that BMW. His lead's down to 2 seconds, so Miggins has taken a second out of him, but I'm surprised Miggins hasn't caught up to him quicker. Looks like Britsberger's going to do a whole stint on racing hard tyres and keep the lead. On Miggins, who's on racing mediums, not being able to reel him in. Both on similar amount of fuel. Down to 1.5 seconds. So I think it's just going to... Oh, there we go. There goes Britsberger into the pits, which puts Miggins into the lead with 14 minutes to go. So anyone that's watching, what's the longest you could do a stint on? Could you do 14 minutes? Can they change the fuel mixture to lean and things like that in this race? So they could eke it out. Are we now entering the period of the race where if they chose to, they could make it their last pit stop? I'm guessing with 10 minutes to go, everyone can stay out, but 14 minutes? Could you pit now and keep going to the end of the race? So here you go, Buddy. Oh, he's got a penalty here. What's he on? The racing softs. So this is what I mean. 14 minutes to go. Could Buddy put racing hards on, fill the tank up and race to the end? Does anyone know? If you do know, let me know. Put them in the comments. Because he's due for a stop. I mean, his racing softs are... He's got, what's that, an eighth of a tank? And his racing softs are going well off on the Aston. Anyway, just going to have a quick sip of water, not slip. And we're back. Also in the comments, if someone could let me know, hard to say he'd do it easily. Okay, so that's cool. Also, the other question I got is, like how we see here with Buddy, he's got a penalty. Does he have to just... Is there any place on the track he's meant to scrub it off, or just scrub it off himself wherever he feels like? I wonder if there's any rules for that. Yeah, I know they've got to use all 3 compounds, but I'm pretty sure by this point in the race they would have all used all 3 compounds already. I just wondered what's the longest stint you could put on with the... It's more to do with the fuel, I think, than tyres. I think racing hards will last a long time. What's the most amount of time you could stay out for and be fairly competitive with the fuel? Oh, Miggins is in. Miggins is in the pits. And Buddies are coming into the pits as well. So let's go on board with Britsberger. So Britsberger might be taking the lead back now with 12 minutes to go. All depends if they've done hards. Use each once only. Oh, so they can only use each tyre once only. Oh, I didn't realise you could do that only once only. Here we go. Britsberger's going to get out in front of... Cutler's going to get out in front. There's Miggins. Miggins has finally come out. It's not letting me cut to him. It's not letting me cut to him. Come on. There's Miggins. Wow. What I'm going wow about is that I'm impressed Cutler here. He's going to have to make another pit stop, but he's up to second place. He's doing the proverbial cruising around, avoiding all drama around him, and he's kept his nose out in front. He's also been pumping in 218, so he's definitely got he's speeded up. That was on racing mediums as well, so he's lost about 2 seconds a lap on racing hards, but he's gone up to second place, and he's only 2.8 seconds in front of Britsberger. So, you know, if Britsberger has any sort of issue, Cutler's going to be there. Well, he's not going to be there because he's going to make a pit stop. He's only got less than a quarter of a tank. So at the moment then, so let's have a look. Britsberger's 3.2 seconds. Fuel last 9 laps of full tank. Right, okay, well that's definitely 15 minutes. Well, around about 15 minutes, isn't it? So they don't have to put penalties. I would have thought we'd take on a straight line, especially if another car's behind. God knows that's how we do it. Same here. I mean, I thought the rules would be you come off the racing line on a straight to scrub the penalty off there, because if you do it as you're going into a corner, say you've got like half a second to scrub off, you might ghost when you start going into the corner with someone right behind you, and then come out of your ghost and then get rammed from behind. So it's best to do it on a straight somewhere. Anyway, Miggins is now, let's have a look, the gap we've got here, he's at racing softs. He is 6 seconds, there goes Cutler into the pits, 7.5 seconds. This is going to be the race for the this is what it's going to come down to. Britsberger's on racing softs. He's got just over half a tank left and 9 minutes to go, and a 7.7 second lead over Miggins here, who's on 3/4 of a tank on racing softs. There's a blue flag there. I think it's probably Lucky. Is it Lucky Bucky? In last place? Sounds like a. Yeah, it sounds like an Aston Martin. So here we go. We'll go through the field for one more time with 9 minutes to go. So Britsberger's got 7.6 second lead over Miggins in second place. Buddy has had a very eventful race in Aston Martin. He's on racing hard for his last stint. I reckon he put racing softs on middle stint to try and catch back up, to catch the ground that he'd lost. So he's in third place in the Aston Martin. Cutler cruised around. He's been in fourth place most of the race, I have to say. He's in fourth place. There's big gaps between the drivers here. Sean is in fifth place in the Merc, and it looks like he's pitted and is going to go to the end now with 8 minutes to go. Phil is in sixth place. He's pitted, fuel to the end. Seamus, seventh place. Half a tank. Might be cutting that a little bit fine. Looks like he's pitted recently. Puna just pitted, it looks like. And fuel to the end. Pip racing hard with 3/4 of a tank in ninth place. Lucky Bucky. It's Marker Parker, that's who it was, isn't it? In last place. Lucky Bucky, he's done his last pit stop, he's in 10th. D-Dot is in 11th place. And Marker Parker trying to get out of everyone's way. Doing a good job about it as well. Good driving there. Penalties can be taken anywhere, but if you're on a penalty, you're not allowed to overtake until it's lost. Okay, that's fair enough. Still think it's best to try and get rid of these penalties, not in a corner though. I'm sure you guys, these boys will do that as well. So at the moment, I'm just trying to see where the closest on-track battle is for the last 7 minutes. Here we go, Britsberger goes through Eau Rouge for the 19th time. Screaming up the hill. So Britsberger's got a 7 point, still got the 7.5. Miggins has pulled that bit of a gap now over Buddy. Why do I get the feeling? I just got a horrible feeling Buddy's gonna get it wrong somewhere. His lead has dropped down to 3.7 seconds. This is the closest race. Oh, look, this is Sean behind as well. This is about the closest on-track race up front between third and fourth. Buddy 3.4 seconds. Sean in fifth. Just scanning through to see who's where. Oh, Phil could be catching Sean. Definitely catching Sean. Down to 1.6 seconds now. He's on racing. Phil's on racing softs. Sean is on racing softs. So the equal amount of tyre grip there. Phil, who was up to about third or fourth at one point in the race, binned it unfortunately. Got massive damage to the car. Sean will keep an eye on that. Just scanning through the field to see who's where, what's kind of gaps. They've all got about 5, 6 second gaps between the drivers, apart from Sean and Phil. Puna back here in 8th. Pip 9th. Lucky going agricultural in the NASCAR. He's got that wrong. Has he got any damage? No, he's not got any damage. Racing hard. D-Dot's off the pace. So is Michael Parker. So, suppose we need to give the race. He's been out in front for a lot of this race. The Dutchman, Britsberger. Need to give him a bit of love. Haven't shown too much of what he's been doing because basically he's been out on his own a lot. Got 5 minutes, well 4.5 minutes now to get through. His lead's been cut down by a second to Miggins. He could lose a second a lap and still win the race. It's getting a little bit leery though in that Z4. Miggins 6.2 seconds, 6.1 seconds. Miggins is definitely trying to catch up. In the meantime, just look at that. Phil G. He's done a 2:15.8. Again, question to the people watching: is there any points for the fastest lap in the race? Got Britsberger's now. It's down to 5.6. 4 minutes. That's about 2.5 laps, depending on when they cross the line. So Miggins has caught up about a second in half a lap. This is starting to get interesting. Let's go on board with Miggins. Still, yeah, look at that. He's put a purple sector time in. He's definitely on a charge. His gap's down to 4.9. You can see Britsberger up ahead. Is Miggins gonna mug Britsberger in the dying stages of this race? That lead is tumbling. Well, I have to say it's tumbling down. It was at 6.1 earlier on in this lap. It's down to 4.5. Exciting stuff. So 3 minutes to go, 2 laps, and I think Miggins could be right up the bumper of Britsberger if it carries on like this. Yep, for pole and fastest lap. Nice apex air from Miggins. Smooth with the power. Coming past the old start-finish straight. Oh, who's that? That was one of the Mitsubishis. Worry about that later. He's pulled over to the right. Come back to that in a minute because this is more interesting at the moment. And as you can see, that Miggins has just done the fastest lap, 2:15.5. Definitely putting the pressure on the Dutchman in front. Is 4.4 seconds too much to claw back in the last lap and a half? 2 minutes to go. Is it going to come down to if there was only one more lap? 4 seconds. In the meantime, I just noticed also, there we go, look. Buddy's binned it somewhere. He's now 4.2 seconds behind Carlos Cutler, who I've been said has been cruising around, has got up to 3rd place. But we'll go back to this race here. So let's see, will they get rounds to finish? They finish this lap. The next lap will be the last one, and it's down to 3.5 seconds. YouTube, hold on to the internet, please don't chuck us out now. This is just starting to heat up really nicely. There's Britzberger. You can look back, you can see second place is catching up. The Merc is pulling in this BMW in first place. After 50 minutes, the pressure might start getting to the Dutchman perhaps. Coming into the chicane. So he's lost 1.5 seconds in one lap. He's lost even a little. He's lost 2 seconds, and it's a 2.8 second lead. Look at that. Miggins is catching right up now to Britzberger. 52 seconds to go. This will be the final lap. Can Miggins catch up to the Dutchman? It's gonna be a hard task to get 2.8 seconds in one lap and make a pass. He might catch up to him, but whether he can get past him is another matter. Through Eau Rouge for the last time. On board here with Miggins. Oh, he's right on the edge. He thought he was going to get a little bit sideways into the entrance to Eau Rouge. Down the Camel Straight for the last time. He's running out of track. He's running out of time. Is Miggins down to 2.4. He can smell the exhaust fumes of that BMW in front. 2.3. But Britzberger is driving so well. I've not seen him make a mistake, and I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him right now. He must be sweating in that BMW in front, because he can see this big blue Mercedes right in his wing mirrors. So Seamus has finished in 8th place, but we're not going to worry about that now. We're going to keep on board of these boys here. See if I can get a rear view look. It's not going to be a decent look, is it? Stay on board with Miggins then. Here comes Miggins. Really now, we're sort of halfway through the lap. What it's gonna take is a mistake from Britzberger. It's down to 1.8 seconds. He's still catching. Can he get into the slipstream coming up to the chicane? That's going to be his only chance. The only way he's going to do this is if Britzberger spins it up somehow at the last corner. 1.3 seconds. It's been a fantastic battle to get this close. I want to run through the field very quickly. Britzberger's probably going to finish first. Miggins second. Cutler's going to finish third, it looks like. But here we go. Britzberger for the chicane for the last time. 1.1 second. Can he just keep it together for this last little stretch? He can. Britzberger's going to take the win at Spa. Great drive there from the Dutchman. Miggins is going to finish second. And Cutler, despite really not overtaking anyone, has managed to finish up here in third place. Great drive from that. That's what consistency gets you. Consistency gets you good scoring points there. And he's going to get up the last podium position is Cutler. Great drive from Cutler. Buddy's had an interesting race. He's been up and down the field. I feel like he's going to be a bit frustrated. He could have had a podium today, but it's not quite worked out for him. So Buddy's going to finish in the Aston Martin in fourth place, near the bit of the Armco that he hit. Sean's had an eventful race as well. He's going to finish in 5th place in the Mercedes. Phil G is going to finish 6th. Puna is going to finish 7th. Seamus was 8th. Pip was 9th. Lucky Bucky 10th. D-Dot 11th. Marker Parker is going to finish at some point in 12th place. Is he coming around to finish the race now? Yes, he is crossing the line now. And there you go. That is your race, people. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much. Well done, Britzberger. Great race there. For the win. Cheers, Mikey. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it all. Shame about the internet flipping going in and out, in and out, in and out. That was a bit of a... I think if I do this another time, I'll just turn the quality down, and then hopefully it won't keep chucking us out, as it were. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, that was great racing there from Britzberger. exciting race near the end. CRT obviously would have been close to, if there's one more lap to go, was being right there, but great drive from Britsberger last time. Then Britsberger was your winner, Miggins second, and Cutler was third. So, cheers, Roving. Thank you very much. Like and subscribe and all that funky stuff if you want to. Anyway, see you all. Thanks for letting me do this for you all. I'll see you again soon, and take it easy. See you later. Bye.